Welcome to Varsity Field. I'm Alex Tejada. We're getting ready for a doubleheader of Montevallo Falcons soccer. First game between the women's of Young Harris Mountain Lions against Montevallo Falcons. Falcons have an unchanged 11 from Saturday's 6-2 win over Francis Marion. Judith Perez in goal. At the back, Madison Madewell, Sarah Daniels, and Taylor Garrison. The five-man midfield consists of Taylor Kukas, Taylor Gonzales, Vic Whitehouse, Valerie Visaggio, Michaela Longenecker, and up top, Tyler Ring and Michaela Franklin. For the visiting side in goal, Medeiros. At the back, Matthews, West, Zacharias, and Coombs. In the midfield, Scardazzi, Ober, Martinez, and up top, Baird and Roche. Falcons enter the contest 2-2, 1-0 in conference play, this being both teams' second conference game. Young Harris also come in 1-0 in the conference, 2-0-2, undefeated so far on the season. Montevallo in the white, Young Harris the away team in the purple and black. Coming into this game for the Mountain Lions, the 4 goals have been scored by Amber Matthews from the back. The assist leader, Scardazzi, in the midfield has 2. Also look for Roballo and Ober going forward. They each have an assist on the year. As they get ready to kick off here at Varsity Field, Baird and Roche get it going. Zacharias. Martinez on the ball. It's back to West. Clears it forward for Baird. Her heavy touch allows Franklin inside. Kukas. Double teamed and it goes out for a Falcon throw. First touch by Franklin inside takes her into space. Little give and go with Tyler Ring. Interception going forward, Amber Matthews. Baird turns away from Whitehouse. Matthews on the ball striding forward. She has 4 goals, the senior captain. Roche passes it out to Martinez, who's closed down by Madewell. Out to Baird, cuts inside. Martinez being forced outside, and Franklin recovers. Being watched by Roche. Goes back to Madewell. Franklin down this left flank. Tries to go for Gonzales. It's cut out by Zacharias. And West switches the field to Roballo. Back to Roballo. Long ball for Ober is too far. Sarah Daniels will throw it in for the Falcons from a right back. Being preferred today in this game to Tori Sanders, a junior. Inside throw intercepted by Scardazzi. Up to Roche. Good tackle. And the clearance is completed by Taylor Garrison, who's wearing the number 5 jersey today instead of 29. Gonzales has Kukas overlapping. Can't find anyone, and it's cut out by Zacharias. Forward header out of bounds by Garrison. Baird on the attack for the Mountain Lions. Zacharias intercepted by Madewell. Visaggio believes she's fouled. Play continues. Layoff by Gonzales to Franklin. She has Zacharias trailing her, who does well to recover. Pass is intercepted, and Baird can go the other way, but Franklin steals the ball back. Visaggio wide to Daniels, advancing from the right back position. And it's intercepted by Roballo. Roballo, Ober, being closed down by Longenecker. Scardazzi has space and time. Baird lays it off to Roche. Sarah Daniels covering in a foot race with Martinez, and she wins it. Falcons will end that attack for now, but they come right back. Mountain Lions through Baird. Scardazzi. Ober trying to lay it off to Roche. Her touch is heavy and allows Madewell to complete the clearance. Roballo. Matthews, who's playing in a defensive midfield role. Zacharias down this right wing, being closed down by Franklin. Matthews. Martinez. He's been getting the majority of the possession of the ball in the midfield for the Mountain Lions. Scardazzi tries to work some space, but her ball's too far for Ober and out for a goal kick. Good ideas early on from the Mountain Lions. Falcons just now coming to grips. A 5th straight start for freshman Judith Perez Bayonne. Yet to record a shutout on the season so far. Her goal kick in the direction of Longenecker. Scardazzi meets it first. Ober goes forward, tries to win a foul. The ref's not buying it. And Longenecker to clear. But it's intercepted in the midfield by Scardazzi. Franklin nips in for a tackle. He's dispossessed. Scardazzi looks a very combative midfielder for this Mountain Lions squad, who has it with Baird. Roche looking for options, but she's closed down by 2 Falcons, Madewell and Whitehouse. Matthews trying to engineer some space. Forward to Martinez, and Madewell closes it down on Roche, and the ball can just drift harmlessly to Perez Bayonne. 5 minutes in and no Falcons attack yet to speak of. Lots of good possession by Young Harris, and they've almost fashioned a couple chances. Defensive header by Roballo, and the Falcons will have possession around midfield. Just now coming to grips with the game. You see Gonzales floating now around the midfield from her normal left side. Daniels with the throw. Tyler Ring gets her first touch. Not a useful one, goes out of bounds for a Mountain Lion throw. Roballo up from the back. Scardazzi turns and finds space. Ring back to defend, forces a throw in. Good tracking back from the freshman, who has 3 assists on the season coming into today's game. Scardazzi has space to cut inside of Gonzales. Ober touches it off, but it's cleared before it can get to Roche. Franklin, after Gonzales wins the ball in the midfield. She's quickly dispossessed by Martinez, who tries to switch the field. Kukas intercepts, and the Falcons can attack again. Coombs at the center back position clears it. first foul of the game goes against the Falcons inside their own half. Scardazzi to take for the Mountain Lions as they send players forward, including the goal leader, Amber Matthews. Goes in the direction headed out by Madewell. Zacharias. Matthews quickly closed down. He's forced outside. Martinez gets it forward to Scardazzi, who decides to have an effort. It's blocked by Daniels, who really put her body on the line there. Scardazzi. Ober had the inside beating of Longenecker, but Daniels in to complete the clearance. 8 minutes in. Roche coming back in the midfield to gain possession. Floats the ball towards Baird, but it's helped away by Madewell. And Kukis can attack. Using her speed. Lots of speed. The cross is intercepted by Roballo, covering from her left back position. And they get it forward to Martinez, who's been the architect of everything going forward for these Mountain Lions. Madewell cuts it out. Long ball forward from the midfield. And the pass from Whitehouse is too far for Kukis. Zacharias will come up to take the throw. And the early exchange is looking very even physically. Young Harris enjoying the majority of the possession. Yet to create any ideas, although they've looked threatening through Ober and especially Scardazzi. First touch from Ring is heavy, but it'll force Coombs to chase, and Medeiros is off her line to claim. Medeiros long punt, first time header by Daniels. Martinez in space. Springs Zacharias wide right. Floats the ball over the top. Just runs out of bounds on Baird. Sydney Baird, another senior on this team. Coached by first-year coach Christian Lessa. So far undefeated in Lessa's first season. 2-0-2. Their conference win Saturday was 1-0 over Flagler. Montevallo 6-2 over Francis Marion. Kukis throws it into Franklin, who goes back to Madewell. Her ball over the top is too far for Ring, but West lets it go and Medeiros has to come off her line. Clearance goes out at midfield. So far the Falcons yet to sustain any possession long enough to create an attack. However, with the pace of Ring and Franklin going forward, Franklin on the ball now. Her touch is heavy and allows Ober to slide in. Matthews' ball over the top is well watched by Garrison. The break of the ball falls for Baird. She crosses it inside. Daniels mopping up. Dangerous inside pass from Kukis. And it's intercepted by Scardazzi. Matthews goes back to Martinez. Closed down by Gonzales, but they find a wide open Baird. Goes over the top, Longenecker covering. She gets it away from Roche, who continues to chase the ball. Who wins it and floats in across. A little bit of trouble for Garrison. But the deflection takes it towards Perez, who's off her line to claim. Forward in the direction of Gonzales, whose first touch takes it into Roballo. Scardazzi, Matthews. Ober. Matthews cuts inside and springs Roche down this left side, but Daniels is again over to cover. Daniels, who's been preferred in the last two contests to Tori Sanders, a junior college transfer her first season at Montevallo, has performed admirably. Roballo cutting inside. It's closed down, and the clearance can be completed by Daniels, whose second attempt plays it to Martinez, who has space in the midfield, taking on Whitehouse. Whitehouse Closes down enough. The ball for Baird was not inch perfect, and it needed to be in the box with 2 covering defenders. Quick throw from Perez brings Franklin forward. Kukis has no options, plays it out of bounds. The ref wants the throw taken farther back. Zacharias, one of the 2 captains in this team. A junior from Plantation, Florida, Carly Zacharias, has held down this right back spot. And is one of the many reasons why the Falcons face a tough task breaking down the Mountain Lion defense, who remain undefeated. Good control inside from Baird, who lays it off to Martinez. Scardazzi coming inside is closed down by Visaggio, who has to go back to Matthews. More space out this right side for Baird. Garrison comes in to steal it. Ring has it up top, but runs into defense in the form of Roballo. He spreads it out to Roche. Already you could tell Longenecker will have a long day dealing with Roche's pace on this left side, and she manages to do so there. "14 minutes gone and no shots on goal as of yet. Falcons growing into the game after 5 minutes of Mountain Lion possession to open the game. Franklin tracking back to win the ball. Her pass a little too far for Whitehouse. Kukis tries to run onto it. Is short, and Zacharias completes the clearance. Bayonne to Daniels. In direction of Gonzales. Longenecker. Just patient build-up from the Falcons. It's a trademark of Coach Lane's style of play. That's why he's happy to play with 5 midfielders. Ring's touch allows the clearance to be completed. Daniels cuts inside. Almost found herself in some danger in the form of Ober. Madewell, quick switch out to Kukis. Kukis. Her pass back, dangerous, intercepted by Ober to Zacharias, who has Ober in space. Garrison comes up from center back to clear and had to intercept. And all of a sudden, defense turned to attack. Taylor Gonzales going forward on the edge of the 18, has to cut back. Coombs takes a shot anyway after fashioning a little bit of space, and it's saved easily by Medeiros. Good recovery by Coombs. If not, Gonzales was through on goal. She's here on the ball again. Roballo with the clearance. Scardazzi. That's the danger of Montevallo on the counterattack. We saw it most effectively against Delta State. Passes out of the back continue to be intercepted by the midfield of the Mountain Lions. Cross inside by Roche. And Ober won the header, but did so illegally after a push on Garrison. Free kick by the Falcons in their own 18. "16 minutes played and no sign of a substitution for either side. Just starting to come to terms with each other after a cagey opening 15. Madewell. Her ball's intercepted by Zacharias. Matthews in front of Franklin, but Madewell in possession just sends the ball forward. Longenecker wasn't there, and Roballo covered it clear. Scardazzi. Matthews with space. Mountain Lions have found the majority of the possession on this right side. Zacharias and Baird have enjoyed. Akers to run into. Zacharias, Baird. Kukis gets support by Madewell. Kukis completes the clearance. Finds Gonzales, who's popped up on this right side. Good footwork. Plays the ball long for Ring. She's the only one there against all 4 Mountain Lions. But her pace takes her inside of Roballo. Strong challenge by Roballo. The ref is fine with it, and the clearance completed by West. It looked to be obstruction. The referee happy to allow play to continue. Gonzales laying it off for Franklin. Tries to turn inside of West, who completes the clearance. Ring picks it up on this right side, and another strong challenge, this time from Roballo. Again, no call. Daniels. And the attack is interrupted, and Scardazzi will try to relieve the pressure. Roballo sends it forward, but Garrison is far up the field. The Falcons maintain possession. Garrison takes a quick throw in. Coombs is across. And under the pressure of Ring, she plays it out of bounds. Falcons enjoying their first dangerous spell of possession so far. The threat of Taylor Gonzales has woken up this Mountain Lion defense. And the first substitutions of the game. Ober comes off to be replaced by senior Vanessa Barcelero. Allie Reeves is on for Taylor Kukis on the left wing for the Falcons. So Barceleros and Reeves, the first substitutions for each side. The senior Barceleros, a tall forward from Rio de Janeiro. Her first contribution is a cross cut out by Madison Madewell. Allie Reeves has combined nicely with Taylor Gonzales early on in this season. And they look the best threat going forward right now for the Falcons, but the return pass from Whitehouse is too far for Reeves. Visaggio on Scardazzi, an interesting matchup to watch throughout this game. Scardazzi has 2 assists, but Visaggio, one of the best defensive midfielders in the conference, who completes the clearance there. Martinez, tons of space. Scardazzi, Barceletos trying to work some space. Garrison stays strong. Scardazzi turns out of it and plays the ball over the top. Roche, her effort flicked towards goal. Not enough accuracy. I think she was caught in 2 minds about what to do with it. And no trouble for Perez Bayon. Young Harris Mountain Lions proving dangerous when they get time and space on the right wing. Yet again there. 21 minutes played. Can't say enough about the play of Taylor Garrison, who's been an absolute rock as a center back. She also does well at springing balls forward, this time a little too much for Allie Reeves. A converted defensive center mid being dropped back as the focal point of the 3-man defense that Coach Lane prefers to use this year. That was not a senior's touch by Matthews. Came off the side of her foot, and the Falcons maintain possession. Madewell, who hasn't shown fantastic crosses as of yet. That one in the direction of Ring. Whitehouse with support. Gonzales turns inside. Cuts inside the box, has an effort, which is blocked by Matthews, who recovered well. Visaggio, closed down by Scardazzi, goes back to Garrison. Madewell is open on the left side, and even more space for Reeves. Cloned down by Zacharias. Franklin wins possession. Hold-up play is good from her as she plays in an attacking center mid role instead of as a second striker. Foul committed by Zacharias, and the Falcons will win a free kick in a dangerous position. Set piece specialist Taylor Gonzales over to take. as the Falcons load up the box. Ring, Franklin, Visaggio, and Longenecker being joined by Taylor Garrison. Whitehouse at the edge of the box. Gonzales plays it short. Reeves has a chance. Her first touch is heavy, but the deflection takes it for a quarter kick off of Zacharias. Gonzales will get another opportunity to deliver a cross. If the first touch had been a little bit more inside, you would think Reeves could have gotten an effort away. As it was, good closing down by the Mountain Lions, who have had the Falcons attackers in their pockets for the first 20-odd minutes. Low delivery. Dangerous header by Zacharias, and the second header won by Garrison. It's over the top for a goal kick. Hadley Hughes, a freshman from McDonough, Georgia, is in the game to replace Coombs at the back. Goal kick from Medeiros. Great first time header out of the air by Visaggio. Scardazzi being hustled. Whitehouse wins the ball off her, but Robayo in to clear. Scardazzi gets another opportunity to spring the Mountain Lions forward. Martinez, who's had way too much time and space from a Falcon point of view. Zacharias. Ball forward too much. And between Reeves and Madewell, they complete the clearance. 2 more substitutions for the Falcons being prepared, as well as a substitution for Amber Matthews, the senior goal scorer for the Mountain Lions, is being replaced by Ellen Pettersson, a sophomore from Sollentuna, Sweden. Falcons have brought on Haley Bowler and Hampton Brinson for Tyler Ring and Taylor Gonzales. Hannah Williamson also comes on for Michaela Longenecker. Or rather, Michaela Franklin is subbed out. Hannah Williamson comes in and slots into the attacking midfield position. Bowler and Brinson, the attacking options. We've also seen Nelson used. Be interesting to see if this game stays scoreless. Will the Falcons resort to their sophomore? Fellow sophomore Williamson there. Tackle on the ground by Pedersen. Clearance completed by Scardazzi. Throw in from Madewell. Hits it in the direction of Brinson. Martinez, Robayo. Tons of space down the left side. Invited to gallop forward. Eventually closed down by Garrison, and Daniels completes the clearance. Scardazzi has time, being closed down by Bowler. A couple of feisty challenges on that right side. Ref happy to allow play to continue. But the touch from 26, Vanessa Barceledo, is heavy and will go out for a throw from Michaela Longenecker. Falcons on the front foot in the past 5 minutes, but Young Harris starting to find the possession they had in the opening 10 when they looked most dangerous. Pedersen. Inside space for Baird, who cuts inside of Madewell. Garrison and Madewell eventually get the clearance completed, and the danger is averted for now. Sydney Baird has proved the most difficult player to track going forward. She's ran down some channels and shown up in some dangerous space, and if Scardazzi or Martinez can find her, she may be through on goal. Be interesting to see Garrison and Daniels, as well as Madewell, trying to pick up her runs. The danger is there. Quarter kick. First of the game for the Mountain Lions. Scardazzi over to take it with her left foot. Got bared on the keeper. Perez Bayon does very well claiming off these corner kicks. Shows example number 1 of why she is preferred to Muyal and Young in goal. Header by Longenecker. Roche, who's back in the game. And a strong challenge by Roballo on Brinson. Garrison descended in from midfield. Direction of Williamson. Probably the shortest player on the field. And it's easily cleared by Scardazzi. Falcons maintain possession in the Mountain Lion half, however. Best chance fell to Taylor Gonzales early in this half. It was a good save by Medeiros, one she would expect to make, in all fairness. Longenecker. It's been marshaled well by Roche. Big clearance picked up by Daniels, who just hacks it forward. Bowler's header. She didn't have anyone playing off of her, and Medeiros is off her line to claim. As the Falcons look to be preparing another substitution, Madison Ellis and Sabrina Amador on the touchline, presumably to come in for Visaggio and Whitehouse. Roballo, and closed down by Brinson, who's done a lot more chasing than attacking since coming on as a forward. Scardazzi has less space now that Williamson has come into the game. Baird. Reeves forces her inside. Scardazzi advancing through the midfield. In the direction of Barceledo, who cuts inside and has a go. High right. Good control, and it looked a dangerous opportunity. Wasn't struck with enough conviction. And the Falcons can make those substitutions. Michaela Longenecker also comes off with Visaggio and Whitehouse. Hannah Riker has come on, a freshman who hasn't seen a lot of playing time from Shorewood, Illinois, on this right side. Can operate as a right back or right winger. Roballo, closed down by Brinson, wins the throw. 14 to go in the opening half. Best chances have fallen to the Falcons. Majority of the possession to the Mountain Lions. Combative midfielder Amador completes the clearance, and Bowler is adjudged to have used leverage on her defender, and it'll be a free kick for Young Harris, who for all their spells of possession have not fancied any chances. Barceledo tried a speculative effort from 25 yards out, the only opportunity they've had of testing Perez Bayon. Roballo to send the ball forward. Roche. Touch allows it to be intercepted by Amador, but it's intercepted by Pedersen. Falcons try another attack. Ellis, Amador, Williamson has Bowler alongside of her. Passes far in front of her and cleared. Garrison over the top. Bowler onside if she can flick it on to Brinson. Zacharias just shields the ball for Medeiros to come and claim. Good header in the midfield by Ellis, who picked up her first goal this weekend. Using her to watch Scardazzi, who's proved very dangerous when she's on the ball in the midfield, as is this player. Martinez tries to play it through, but again, the idea is right. But the weight of the ball is too much. Another overcooked pass, this time for Roche. Falcons have just come a bit narrow in the last 10 minutes. Used the width of Gonzales to great effect, combining with Franklin. They've tightened it up in the midfield. They haven't looked as potent going forward. Pedersen with the header. No one is up top for the Mountain Lions, who look a little apprehensive about attacking. Haven't sent very many players forward, but they have their senior Barcelado up top. Martinez, a fantastic switch to Zacharias, who can run forward. Intercepted by Madewell. Amador, good first touch inside. Played to Brinson, who wins that challenge with Scardazzi. She's got options on the right side. Finds one of them, Riker. Roballo has proved fantastic at left back and again puts her up just enough for Roche to get back and complete the clearance. Jordan Brown is on the touchline for the Mountain Lions, a sophomore from Richmond, Utah. Scardazzi. Pedersen, who's looked lively when she's been on the ball since coming on. Good first time layoff by Barcelado, but it's too far for Baird. Madewell allowed to complete the clearance. Mountain Lions will use this as an opportunity to make their substitution. Jordan Brown on for the senior Sydney Baird. Operates as a right wing, has also played some time at forward. Hasn't seen much playing time this year, however. See what she can do taking on Madewell. Both left backs have had fantastic games, shutting down anything going forward. Great strength by Ellis to win the ball. Bowler in the direction of Brinson. No chemistry being formed yet between those two. 6'3" Ellis. Welcoming Brown to Peach Belt Soccer very early. Zacharias up from right back. Ellis again first one to the ball. She provides that physical presence in midfield. Pedersen releases Brown. Right to Garrison. Loose touch by West, but she recovers. Out to Zacharias. Williamson caught in two minds about who to defend, leaves Scardazzi open. Martinez. Amador. Over to cover Martinez, who's had way too much space. Again, she pops up in space. Not a good pass from Martinez. Passed it into the advancing Roballo. Just ran into a bit of pressure, and the Falcons completed the clearance. 38 minutes played. No score as of yet. The best effort on goal from Taylor Gonzales, which was an easy save to the left of Medeiros. Pedersen. Mountain Lions have looked resolute at the back and have tons of ideas going forward. The execution just hasn't been there. On the other hand, the Falcons need more ideas going forward. It could start like that. Reeves plays the ball over the top. West. Bowler wins it, but West recovers. Does not give Bowler the inside run can use her pace and physicality to unleash a shot. Speaking of physicality, Madison Ellis on the ball. Clearance completed by Hadley Hughes. Barceletto, and they get it out to Martinez, who can run in space. Spreads the ball to Roche to chase. Riker almost takes a deflection for Young Harris. But Perez Bayon off her line and quick distribution out to Daniels. Good positioning by Roballo, cuts out the pass. Roballo has disrupted a lot of Falcons' attacks before they could get started. Going to have to make some adjustments. It's just looked a little flat in the last 10 minutes from the Falcons going forward. Throw in for Daniels. Intercepted out the air by Scardazzi. Thrown in the direction of Bowler. And it's headed out by West. Brinson runs into Roballo. Covering Zacharias completes the clearance. Brinson has found space in the attacking third hard to come by. Being watched by West. Jamie West, a freshman from Sebastian, Florida, who's been drafted into this lineup by first-year coach Lessa. And she's adapted early to life in the Peach Belt. As is this player, Sarah Daniels. Pace has been taken out of the game in the last couple minutes. Sent forward by Roballo. Daniels clears it. Roche, quick throw in. Martinez brings it down. Finds Barceletto in space. Has no options, has to lay it back off to Martinez. Good run down the left side by Roche, cut off by Garrison. Completes the clearance off the foot of Riker, however, for a throw in. Martinez to take. As a goal before halftime would be the perfect boost for either team going forward. It's looked pretty even. Zacharias. Martinez in space. Barceletto trying to work a yard or two of space. Scardazzi arriving. Barceletto can turn. And she goes down under the challenge of Taylor Garrison, and the referee points to the spot. Scardazzi up to take it. Sophomore from Sao Paulo, Brazil. The only goal in the game against Faulkner was a penalty kick. This is the second penalty Perez Bayon has had to face. Looked to be a soft penalty, but a penalty nonetheless, and Scardazzi will step up to take. And slots it into the left corner. 41st minute, opening goal, Young Harris Mountain Lions. Scardazzi scores after a penalty conceded by Taylor Garrison. A challenge on the advancing Vanessa Barceletto, who is tugged down in the box. Or at least just enough contact made for her to go down, and the ref pointed to the penalty spot, and Scardazzi made no mistakes from 12 yards out. not entirely against the run of play, but the Falcons do not deserve to go in a goal down after a solid defensive display, and maybe they won't. But Young Harris has looked very strong and compact at the back themselves. Wasn't much in that challenge, but any good striker will look for contact in the box, and there was just enough from Taylor Garrison to bring down Barcelado. Williamson, heavy touch off her chest, finds it to Amador. Ref plays the advantage. Foul committed by Scardazzi. Madewell is dispossessed by Pedersen in a dangerous area. Scardazzi has an overlapping run to look for, but a foul committed in the midfield. Had Jordan Brown advancing. Scardazzi, who along with Martinez have created everything for Young Harris with intricate passing. Roballo. Ball in the direction of Brown, headed out by Reeves, and the clearance completed. But it remains in the Falcons' half with 2 minutes to go till the break. Brown. Barcelado, who used her size well to win the penalty kick, continues to lead the front line by herself. Bowler. Good layoff for Brinson, whose touch is heavy. Takes her inside of Scardazzi, but her pass is intercepted by Brown. Too short for Reeves. Scardazzi passes it to Roballo, who's in space. Martinez inside of Amador. Roballo asks for it back. It's cut out by Daniels. Pedersen. Wide to Zacharias. Has time on the ball. Ellis advances, which means Pedersen is in tons of space. Takes a shot from long range. Was invited. The Falcons make another substitution with 90 seconds to go in the half. Simone Nelson, who scored the first goal of the 2016 season and Coach Lane's second year, comes on for Haley Bowler. Madewell. Solid at the back for the Falcons, but they have not created very much by no stretch of the imagination, although the best chance before the penalty fell to them. Bit of individual skill by Taylor Gonzales. Was closed down just enough by Coombs, who recovered. Forced her to delay her shot, which Medeiros dealt with. But aside from that, not much going forward for either side. Pretty clean game so far. Intercepted by Baird. Barcelados with a fantastic layoff, back heel. Goal scorers with the ball again. Cuts inside, has an effort. And Perez Bayon was not going to be beat at her near post to make a good save. Got her angles right there. Made it look a lot more comfortable than it would have been. Good positioning by the freshman from Barcelona. Nelson trying to win it out of the air. Eventually wins. Williamson going forward, but the time will run out on the Falcons. They trail 1-0 at the half. Penalty kick converted by Scardazzi, won by Barcelado on a challenge from Taylor Garrison. It was a soft penalty, but the Falcons find themselves down at the break. They created the best of the opportunities, but not enough chances for any significant pressure from Medeiros, who probably still feels comfortable in goal. We'll be back for the second half to see the response from the Falcons. Young Harris 1, Montevallo 0 at the break.
we want to let charge a little bit more, you think, to get that penalty?
Yeah, I got it from back here, so there were a couple girls in the way, but you can see it go in. I can see the head rip when we saw the goal go the other way. So, yeah, I got it. I got it enough to put it in the package. So. Yeah, I wish I had been down here. I would have got a real good angle of it. But I was all the way down here. They caught it. I was like, well, I'm not sprinting down there to go grab it.
Right.
Terrified.
All right, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick.
Is that the concessions? Where'd you get that?
What? Over there. How much they gave it to us for free?
They do or don't?
I wish they did.
Oh, damn.
All I have is $1. I wish we got paid. You know that girl that like came up here and like was
Yeah.
She gets paid.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
Why are we not getting paid?
I get paid for the paper, not much, but
I mean, she gets us money.
yeah.
Well, you're a lot. It's like I think there was a couple things I'm supposed to. They got mad at me like for missing stuff.
Yeah.
How are you gonna get mad at me?
If I don't get
If I'm
paid.
not getting
Exactly.
paid? Well, I'm like an in-person credit.
Yeah.
What's the reasoning behind that? You gonna get called out?
What?
I feel like it's not hard.
Oh, it's not. Is this off?
Huh?
Is this off?
I don't know. Second, that's like the first one. Yeah. They weren't even good chances. Yeah.
Welcome back to Varsity Field as we get ready for the start of the second half.
Kind of when they were.
Montevallo 0, Young Harris 1.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
It was a fairly tame first half. Best chance on goal for Montevallo was a shot from Taylor Gonzales. A good run was slowed down by the covering defender, but she found some space, but it was an easy save by Medeiros down to her left. 2 shots on goal by the away side. One of them, Perez Bayon, handled comfortably at her near post. The other one, a penalty kick conceded by Taylor Garrison. A moment of controversy. It was a light contact, but Barcelado went down, the big forward who came on as a sub. And Scardazzi, who dominated the midfield and looked the most likely to score it from regular play, stepped up confidently from the spot and sent Perez Bayon the wrong way. And that's where we're at now. Montevallo have scored 6 goals and 3 in their wins. In losses, both were 1-0. They couldn't find a way through. And the longer this goes on in the second half, you would think the Falcons would get discouraged. So a lot of attacking from the start is expected. Tyler Ring and Michaela Franklin back in. Franklin has 2 goals in the season. Ring has 1 goal and 3 assists, being joined up top for the kickoff by Taylor Gonzales, who also has 2 goals and an assist on the season. So the attacking firepower is on. There's going to have to be more ideas, however, going forward. It was very tepid play in the midfield going forward. Not much for the away side, but they grew in possession and eventually played the ball through that forced the penalty after many balls over the top were too far for Bayard and Roche, who looked the most dangerous going forward for the Mountain Lions. Their play in the midfield was controlled by Scardazzi and Martinez. Robayo looked very calm at left back. In fairness, so did Montevallo's defense. Madewell performed fantastically, as well as Garrison and Daniels, who was drafted into the lineup in place of Torrey Sanders. Falcons get it going underway again with the same 11 that started. Kukas back in the game, as well as Michaela Longenecker. Barcelado stays in as attacking forward, and Bayon's goal kick falls to Barcelado after a good pass inside by Jordan Brown, who stayed in the game. She sends a good cross in. No one goal kick. So Jordan Brown preferred to Baird at the start of the second half for Young Harris. Their undefeated start is on the line here today. Franklin galloping forward, and Scardazzi back from the midfield to clear. Falcons win a quick corner. Frantic start to the opening minute in comparison to the first half. Madewell up from left back to take the corner kick, as Longenecker, Franklin, and Ring are in the box, joined by Visaggio, Gonzales, and Garrison. Madewell to provide a left foot delivery. Got Ring on the near post. The rest of the Falcons around the edge of the area looking to crash the box. Madewell's delivery finds Garrison, who won the ball first. Half clearance completed. Gonzales is fouled by Robayo, who committed a couple fouls in the first half. The referee just having a quick word. Lucero Robayo, a sophomore from Bogota, Colombia. in the wall with Roche. Gonzales over the free kick. Garrison has stayed up. Gonzales, good delivery. And the header was met by Zacharias, or it would have fallen. Franklin wins the header. Falls to Garrison, who stays forward. Tries to hook it forward in the direction of Gonzales. Medeiros claims. An early Falcon pressure. Perhaps a let-off for the Mountain Lions as they turn defense into attack with Barcelado. The advancing Roche cuts inside of Daniels. Space for Barcelado, who has a chance. Just a couple feet high, or it would have been on goal. And if you have a shot like that, why not test it from distance? Daniels. The Falcons look to sustain the pressure they've opened the half with. Franklin. Robayo wins the throw. Pedersen, another substitute who came in the game, who stayed on. Robayo, good footwork. Scardazzi closed down by Gonzales. Forces her to play it out. Good pressure by Gonzales, defending from the front. Franklin. Touch inside to Whitehouse. Relieves pressure by spreading it to Madewell. Madewell Kukas getting her first touch of the second half. Flicks it over the top. No one in attendance. Robayo across to clear. Pedersen has space. Martinez looked very dangerous in the first half, along with Scardazzi in the center of midfield. And there's Scardazzi again, the goal scorer. Closed down by Gonzales, who nipped in, and Ring can chase. Cut out again by Robayo, who's been a rock at the back. Daniels up for the throw. First time header won by Pedersen in front of Ring. Whitehouse tries Madewell again on the left side. Coach Lane urging players forward. Gonzales, overlapping run from Kukas. Gonzales happy to run at goal. She's beaten her defender, cuts it inside. West was the first one to it. And the foul on Scardazzi by Kukas relieves the pressure for the Mountain Lions. She looks most dangerous when she's running at defenders. Taylor Gonzales using her foot skill to get around Zacharias. Forward. Whitehouse in front of Pedersen. But her and Franklin get in each other's way. And it'll spring out to Brown on this right side. Barcelado. Brown up quickly for an overlapping run. Barcelado forced inside to Martinez. So that attack is stymied. And Madewell can throw it in as the Falcons look to start another attack. Looking a lot more dangerous in the other goings of this second half than they had through all of the first half. Longenecker, who can pop up with a goal or two from time to time as well. Gonzales looking for space, closed down by Pedersen, has to go back to Daniels. Garrison striding forward. Out left to Madewell. Madewell being invited forward. Continues her run over the top from Visaggio in the direction of Ring, who hesitated for just a second. But Medeiros was quick off her line. Either way. Only been tested once so far by Gonzales in the first half. Brown Space. Martinez dribbling in circles to Scardazzi, who's a lot more direct of a player. Barcelado had somebody on her right side advancing, but tried to play it through towards Roche. It was easily cut out by Daniels, but Roballo up from her left back position to disrupt play yet again. And Roche was offside from the pass from Scardazzi that could have set her through, but she was a step in front of the defensive line. Madewell, who's grown into this left back role as the season has progressed. Once she improves her pass accuracy percentage, she'll be a very dangerous player going forward. Already proved resolute at the back and eager to help out in the attack, and has quite a bit of pace as well. West, who's joined by fellow freshman, Hadley Hughes. They have been yet to be tested. First year coach Lessa content to give the freshmen the chance to hold down the back line and form a partnership in their first years. And so far, they've done well. Gonzales has to get more involved. Looks to take it all on herself and wins a corner kick. Eventually was closed down by Zacharias. She had the beating of Brown. Gonzales to take the corner. Franklin, Garrison, and Ring all making runs. Deep to Garrison, who flicks it on. Martinez with the first header. Headed back in the box by Visaggio. The appearance was almost completed, but Kukas has a chance. Prods it towards goal, and it was just wide. Hadley Hughes made a hash of the clearance, and Taylor Kukas had a split second to run onto the ball. Couldn't control the shot. Just goes wide and over the top. So a chink in the armor starting to show for Mountain Lions. Having trouble dealing with that set piece. Foul committed by Visaggio on Pedersen. Heavy touch from Martinez, takes it into Franklin, who's fouled. Maria Martinez, a junior from Bogota, Colombia. Very influential going forward. Not as good defending as she is attacking, however. Daniels is frustrated with her cross. It was too close to the keeper. Tried to catch the run of Gonzales, who looks to be the most dangerous player going forward. Scardazzi, seeing what happens when she gets space. Spreads it wide for Roballo. On top of her defensive intelligence, has quite a bit of pace. Good pressure by Gonzales. Longenecker is dispossessed by Roche. Plays the ball to Barcelado. Quickly closed down inside to Pedersen. Pedersen blocked off by Daniels. Madewell completes the clearance. Visaggio. Layoff by Gonzales. Whitehouse frees Franklin. Scardazzi's clearance takes it into the run of Ring. And West did just enough to force a throw. Falcons starting to attack. Been the most dangerous side going forward in the second half. Looked threatening from a couple set pieces, but still trail. Yet to unlock the defense in the opening 13 of the second half. Longenecker to throw it in. But that could all change in a moment's notice, especially with Taylor Gonzales playing up front. Whitehouse servicing. Went over the head of a defender, Hughes, but comfortably into the path of Medeiros, who's barking at her players to get forward. Long goal kick in the direction of Barcelado, who does well to hold it up and lay it off. Jordan Brown doesn't seem to know what she's doing coming inside so much. Is eventually dispossessed by Visaggio. Gonzales, layoff is a little heavy and allows Scardazzi to intercept. Springs Robayo. Robayo in tons of space. Lays it off 1-2 with Roche, but Daniels up again to clear. Over the head of Ring. And West put under pressure. Clearance completed by Zacharias. So in this second half, Etlin Pedersen being preferred to the lead goal scorer, Amber Hughes. Ball sent in from Barcelado. Good block by Longenecker on Roche, showing her defensive qualities. Zacharias completes the clearance under duress from Taylor Gonzales. Madewell loses it in a dangerous area. Brown. Barcelado has Pedersen alongside of her. Decides to go alone, gives Madewell an opportunity to clear, which she does. Last touched by Brown, and it'll be a Falcons throw. As the aforementioned Amber Matthews looks to come on. Kukas to Madewell. Inviting Kukas farther forward. It's cut out by Scardazzi, who's had a fantastic game in the center of midfield. Great tackle by Garrison. Gonzales lays it up to Franklin, who asks for the return ball. Franklin decides to go right. Uses her pace to cut inside of two defenders. Lays it off for Gonzales. Good step over, gives her space on this left side. And it's a goal kick. Ran out of room. Thought she was fouled by Robayo, but the ref thought she was looking for it. As the Falcons prepare their first subs as well, Daniels comes out for Tori Sanders. Kukas is out for Allie Reeves. And Vic Whitehouse replaced by Madison Ellis. Sabrina Amador comes on for Val Visaggio to complete the substitutions. And dangerous captain Amber Matthews, the senior, is now on for Young Harris. Be an interesting battle between Matthews and Ellis in the midfield. Robayo. Sanders does well with her first touch. To go back to her keeper. Ellis first runs to the ball. Over the top for Ring. The covering Hughes clears it out for a throw in. Ring with a quick throw. Gonzales. Back to Ring. Robayo nips in and wins it. Being held in that corner. Wins a throw off of Ring with a clever back heel. Gonzales trying to work some space. Was fouled by Jamie West. Freshman defender had two hands all over the Montevallo midfielder. Gonzales looking for a delivery here. Hadley Hughes had trouble dealing with the last set piece. And now with the size of Ellis in the game, who scored a goal from a corner kick on Saturday. Good delivery in the direction of Franklin. Header takes a deflection, and the Falcons will get a corner kick. Allie Reeves goes over to take it. Falcons look most dangerous on set pieces, especially with height advantage now. Garrison is also forward. Longenecker Ring at the near post. Reeves with a good delivery. Met by Matthews, who also has size. And Barcelado trying to attack forward, waiting for numbers. Madewell's there. Scardazzi trying to take on the whole Montevallo defense. Torrey Sanders across to clear. Zacharias, Pedersen. Madewell clears in front of Scardazzi. Gonzales, a fantastic turn on Zacharias, who grabs. Put forward for Ring. Falcons have looked more dangerous going forward in this second half. But to their credit, Young Harris have stepped up defensively. A couple nervy moments on deliveries from Taylor Gonzales, but nothing testing yet on Medeiros' goal. Two and 2 on the season. Entering today 2-0-2. The visitors still yet to be beaten. Ring lays it off to Gonzales, who looks for the return ball. Decides to find Ellis, who's cutting across inside. Cleared by Roballo. Sanders, Amador, looks to keep the attack alive. Ellis, who could take a shot from distance, does, but she just slips. And the bounce takes a lot of the heat out of it comfortably for Medeiros, who has a massive goal kick as well. Springs Barcelado forward, who has Pedersen on an overlap. Forced inside by Madewell. Scardazzi. Matthews. Huge stride. Swings it to Roballo. Good passing movement here. Very fluid attack. Haven't seen enough of it going forward for either sides. Matthews holding off Franklin. Matthews. Roche cuts inside. Two players. Pressure of Ellis forces her to cross it, and Amador cuts it out. Sends it forward to no one. Zacharias up from right back. Martinez with space. Skips inside of Amador. And the cross from Zacharias forces Bayonne off her line. Claims it out of the air. Quick throw for Franklin. Does a nice move to cut it inside, but runs into danger. Scardazzi. Barcelado waiting for runs. Still waiting for runs. Decides to go herself. Takes a deflection off of Madewell. Comfortable deflection for Perez Bayonne. Little under 25 minutes to go for the Falcons to find an equalizer. Longenecker has been well watched throughout this game by Roballo and Roche. Amber Matthews covering. Roballo being pressured by Gonzales. Didn't have as much time on the ball as she thought. Scardazzi lays it off to Roche. Ball floated over the top in the direction of Barcelado. Madewell covering defender. Sanders has space. Doesn't have to force anything here. To Franklin. That one's cut out, so she goes to Amador. Ellis, who has Reeves in space, instead goes out left to Madewell. Allows Reeves to continue her run forward. Good ball. Finds Franklin in space. Has Longenecker on one side and finds her. Longenecker takes a touch. Cuts inside of Hughes. But Franklin wins the header in the box in the direction of Gonzales. The clearance eventually completed by Martinez. Sanders can deliver a good ball. Gonzales with a touch. West clears far enough, but in the path of Amador. With Ellis, passes it back to Madewell. Just takes a little sting out of the attack, but the Falcons still in possession. Ball from Madewell is too far for Allie Reeves on the left side. And another attack breaks down. 3/4 of the game gone, a quarter to go. Falcons preparing more substitutes as they chase this game. Bowler, Williamson, and Brinson all ready to come in. Amber Matthews, who came off the bench in this second half, has not looked in a position to add to her 4 goals on the season, but she hasn't had to. The only goal converted from the spot by Scardazzi, as the Falcons can now make their 4 substitutes. Ring, Franklin, as well as a goalkeeper substitution. Judith Perez Bayon has been replaced by another freshman, Sydney Young from Wilmington, North Carolina, seeing her first action of the year. Just provides a little bit more height. A good shot stopper in her own right. Roche, closed down by Sanders, who's looked very compact and organized since coming on. Also provides a danger when she crosses it inside off this right flank. On the ball now, going back to her center back, Garrison. Garrison plays great balls over the top. Tries to do so here for Reeves, but it's well read and cut out by the Mountain Lions. Martinez, run of Barceleta was not on the same page. Garrison will play it back. Young will get her first touch on the ball. 20 to go. We've played 70. It's been a good response from the Falcons, but no cutting edge chances as of yet. The forwards have had to feed off scraps so far. Hughes cuts inside of Reeves. Tons of space for Brown. Barceletto has the run of Roche, but her touch is too heavy and allows Ellis to intercept it. Longenecker on Roche, who goes inside to Scardazzi, the goal scorer. Overlapping run from Roballo. Fantastic stamina. First touch takes her inside. Barceletto, it's cut out by Garrison, who's fouled. Falcons will win a free kick. Nothing comes of the attack for Young Harris. Falcons preparing more substitutes on the far side. Coach Lane thinking maybe this is one of the last throws of the die. And a high foot by Brinson, who's had a frustrating day up top. Will look to form a chemistry with Bowler. They looked on different pages when they played together in the first half, but they need a goal now. Scardazzi, who's been the player of the game by a long shot, and not just for the penalty kick goal. She's been instrumental in every single attack going forward and is tracked back to help out Matthews, who normally is the playmaker. Baird and Ober will finally check back into the game. Brown comes off, as well as Barceletto. Falcons make their substitutes. Kukas, Visaggio, Whitehouse back in the game. That ball over the top in the direction of Kukas. Roballo safely watches it out and can throw it in for Roche. Roche for Ober. Lays it off to the advancing Matthews. Fantastic stride. Asking for a handball. I don't think Whitehouse knew much about it. Either way, they retain possession. Matthews for the Mountain Lions. Cutting inside of Garrison. Garrison stood her ground firmly, and the shot was off balance. First take of the day for Sydney Young. Young's clearance in the direction of Sanders but the header is won by Ober. Sanders smartly goes back to the goalkeeper. In the direction of Bowler, who wins the first duel with the defender. Cuts inside of Hughes. Zacharias covering. Ball took an awkward deflection. Hughes across the cover. Cuts inside of Reeves. Now has space. Baird, who was lively in the first half, and after no impact from Jordan Brown, has returned to the field. That one's too far, however, for Emily Ober. And the Falcons will make another substitution. Allie Reeves is the player being replaced. Just looked to be outpaced on that side in this second half. Hannah Riker enters the game. Sanders, crisp ball for Kukas, who looks for runners forward. Ball is too wide for Brinson, asking a lot. Roballo, Roche, being pressured by Kukas. Kukas wins the ball off Roballo. It's not something we've said yet today. West, clearance in front of Williamson, and Roballo under pressure. Flicks it forward. Kukas there to recover. Roche cuts inside of Kukas, but Williamson across to help. Visaggio to Sanders, who under the pressure of Ober knocks it straight out of play. Matthews. Return to Roballo was out of bounds. 16 to play. 74 minutes gone. Falcons trail by a goal to nil. The lone goal from the penalty spot. Scardazzi, who's been the most dangerous player going forward for either side with the goal, after a questionable call. Barcelado went down in the box under what seemed to be an innocuous challenge by Garrison. Enough contact to force the referee to make a decision. Roche not linking up with anybody. Garrison off to cover. Young's clearance in the direction of Brinson, but the towering Matthews wins it. Sanders to Whitehouse, who has space. Williamson out to the left. Madewell. Madewell going back to the goalkeeper as the Falcons look to stretch this game. Young Harris becoming quite compact after the introduction of Matthews. Madewell looking for a ball over the top. Has Riker, who wins it. Being watched by Baird. Riker trying to engineer space, has to go back to Madewell. Game is stretched for certain, but can the Falcons create any cutting-edge opportunities? Sanders, who's looked lively since coming on. Kukas, good control from the pass from Williamson. She has pace, cuts it inside. The goalie forced to make a save. Riker at the far post tries to send it forward, but it's picked up at the edge of the box. Great shot. Turned aside by Medeiros. The best opportunity of the game falls to Vic Whitehouse. The best of the opportunities by far. It was all started by a good ball from Williamson, which sprung Kukas. Her cross wasn't dealt with well, and it was kept alive by Riker, who had a shot. But she was blocked off, and it fell to Whitehouse. Best opportunity of the game for either side. Medeiros forced to pull off a second save from close range. With 13 minutes to go, that may prove to be a turning point in the match. Falcons starting to look dangerous going forward, and with the introduction of Gonzales, they have a goal threat. They're playing defensively here. Smart play by Visaggio, winning a throw off of Martinez, whose role has been reduced in this second half. Whitehouse has come to grips with Maria Martinez. Whitehouse on the ball right now. Feels she should have had the equalizer, but was denied fantastically. A little overexertion there from Gonzales. She was late on the challenge, and Zacharias wins a free kick. Carly Zacharias has been fantastic on the right side, along with Roballo. We've made life easier on the freshman center back pairing of West and Hughes. And Medeiros has pulled off two fantastic stops, one in the first half on Gonzales, and the latest a couple minutes ago on Vic Whitehouse. Roballo in space now. Finds Roche. Kukas caught in two minds. Pass is too heavy for Roche. 78 played. You would imagine that the Falcons might have one more chance. The most gilt-edged chance 2 minutes ago. They will prepare another substitution. Both sides about to make subs. Daniels and Longenecker entering the game for Kukas and Whitehouse. Roche is being replaced as well by Christy Kaufman. Christy Kaufman, surprised not to have started this match, is featured in all four of the Lions' previous contests. Martinez finding Kaufman, the senior. It's cut out by Longenecker. The Mountain Lions still in possession. Time at a premium. 10 minutes to go. Roballo, who's played farther forward in this second half. Ring having to come back to get the ball. Eventually wins the ball. Williamson. Madewell being pushed farther forward. Daniels will take up the left back spot. Garrison and Sanders, the other two defenders. As Visaggio and Madewell holding in the midfield, allowing Williamson and Franklin. Longenecker and Gonzales providing the width. And Ring staying up front, although she's had to come back in her own half almost to win the ball sometimes. Williamson, good link-up play. She's closed out, and Amber Matthews completes the clearance. Scardazzi in space, plays the ball over the top for Roballo to chase, but Young is off her line. Hasn't been tested since coming on, the freshman goalkeeper. Second half has been even as far as possession. Best chances have fallen to the Falcons as they make yet another substitution, going for a more attacking change here. Defensive midfielder being taken out for an attacking one. Val Visaggio replaced by Ali Reeves. Sanders waits for the signal to start another Falcons attack. Into Williamson. Huge height disadvantage there with Matthews, who wins the ball. But it'll be another Falcons throw in. On 81 minutes, Falcons still trail 1-0. Chance has been hard to come by, but two fantastic opportunities in either half. Falcons will feel they should be level. Franklin with fantastic footwork. Cuts inside. Zacharias completes the clearance. Scardazzi was left in her wake. Franklin. Gonzales out to Longenecker. Just fizzes in across towards no one in particular. Franklin touches heavy and allows Roballo to cut in and send it to Matthews, who plays Ober. Has an advancing run if she can look up. Evades Madewell. Plays it to Baird. And the ball was there earlier first time. Ober tries to go towards Roballo, who's all the way forward now in an attacking role. Baird. Roballo. Fantastic link-up play by those two. Roballo and Matthews. She fires high. But it was great pass and move by the Mountain Lions. Find themselves up a goal thanks to a penalty kick from Scardazzi. The only difference in today's contest, which has been very close. Mountain Lions trying to hang on to their unbeaten start to the season. 2 wins and 2 ties. Falcons, 2 wins, 2 losses. Gonzales. Loose ball. Played it into pressure. Scardazzi eventually fouled by Gonzales. Kaufman. Strong ball over the top. Cut out by Daniels. Handball in the midfield by Matthews. It's going to happen for the Falcons. It's going to be late. 84 minutes played. Garrison to Sanders. Sanders, ball over the top in the direction of Ring. Good header by Zacharias, but it falls again for Ring. Tries to cut inside. Madewell with the shot. Couple feet high. Got hold of it all right. It's unfortunate to not test the goalkeeper. Proved dangerous going forward as well as defensive. Madison Madewell, the freshman from Huntsville, as Pedersen comes in. Mountain Lions making no secret about their game plan now. They're looking to set up shop, especially with the Falcons pouring so many players forward. It's now or never time, though. Longenecker hitting it forward to Gonzales, who's onside and can chase this one. Fantastic last-ditch challenge by Hadley Hughes, showing composure for a freshman, but forcing a corner. Allie Reeves will go over to take. No Ellis in the game. However, Longenecker and Ring, as well as Franklin up top, they'll make the sub and bring on Ellis now. Reeves, the player being sacrificed. So Madewell will go over to take the corner and deliver it with her left foot. Had a good delivery earlier in the half. See if they can fashion a chance from this set piece. Madewell's delivery towards Ellis, headed out by Matthews. Williamson looks behind her. Tries to relieve pressure through Daniels. Her pass is intercepted by Robayo, who's been everywhere on this field. And Ober plays a ball over the top. Baird thought twice about running onto it. Young off her line to claim. 4 minutes to go at Varsity Field. We remind you that following this game is the men's clash with the Young Harris Mountain Lions. Falcons enter 0-1 on conference play, but 4-1 overall, start of the season undefeated, and are yet to be beaten on their home field, taking on a 2-3 Young Harris side, who also enters 1-0 in the conference. Scardazzi, who has the game's lone goal, forward to Robayo, who's been moved permanently forward. Her hold-up play and the link-up between those two has proved crucial. There's Robayo again. Sanders' strong challenge shields it to Young. Sanders has looked very resolute since coming on. Was not included in the starting lineup after starting the first couple games of the season. Has tracked back well and looked dangerous going forward. Franklin wins the ball off of Ober, but cannot keep it in play. 87 gone, 3 to go. Kaufman, the senior for the Mountain Lions, looking to keep Christian Lesa's undefeated start to the season alive and give a third win to Young Harris. It would be a third loss for the Falcons, who certainly do not deserve to be on the losing end today, as could be said the case in their other two losses at Faulkner and here against UAH, which were also 1-0 games. But might be two. Roballo cuts inside and adds a second. Fantastic turn inside. Urged to shoot and just placed it inside the right corner. Looked fantastic all day. Lucero Roballo, sophomore from Bogota, Colombia, has the second goal. And you would think that would be that. Ober comes out to be substituted by Jordan Brown as they make a sub at the back. West comes out, and Lindy Clark, a sophomore from Grundy Center, Iowa, comes in just to hold on to the 2-goal lead. However, there's only 2 minutes to go. Zacharias, who's been huge all day in defense, keeping the Falcons at bay. Scardazzi. Roballo. You would say the player of the match in the first half would be Scardazzi, but in the second half, and as far as the game is concerned, it's been all Roballo. As there was another chance fashioned, Brown took it, never looked confident, and it drifted wide left. The Falcons made changes, but the chances going forward all fell to midfielders, two of which were thwarted by great saves by Medeiros. It just hasn't been the Falcons' day going forward. They've looked solid at the back, were undone by a penalty, had to push people forward, and a moment of brilliance from Roballo is what added the second. Scoreline perhaps harsh on Robert Lane's team. They will look to bounce back from this contest on Saturday, another home match you can catch with the Montevallo Falcons against Flagler at 5 o'clock. Kickoff from Varsity Field, as this one drifts into its final 60 minutes. The burning embers of the game as the Mountain Lions look to just hold possession. Roballo still has a taste for goals. Trying to fashion something, falls to Kaufman. Sends a long crossfield ball to Baird, who does well to control and holds off Williamson. Final 30. Williamson, a player who never gives up running, hasn't had many opportunities going forward as an attacking midfielder, has had to come back and help defensively. Throws the ball in for Roballo, who's been the pick of the players as far as quality is concerned. Has been fantastic all game and just holds the ball as the time expires on the Falcons. Montevallo 0, Young Harris 2. The opening goal in the first half came from a penalty kick. Scardazzi, the second one, as the Falcons poured players forward, were caught on a counterattack by Lucero Roballo. Scoreline harsh on the Falcons, but the goal certainly what Roballo deserved for her effort throughout the game. We'll be back in 30 minutes for the start of the men's game in this doubleheader from Varsity Field, Montevallo Falcons Soccer.